killer. Please don't get us excited. Yeah, we're smoking loud. So lame niggas be quiet. If you fuck with us, we gon' start up a ride. I'ma start 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 a...
What's up, YouTube? It's YGL 2010 here. I've been having trouble trying to upload this video of me and my friend playing. It's always something that keeps coming up with the audio swap and all this other crazy stuff, so I'm gonna try and get that up for you guys. But here's a deck profile of my Mermails. I was looking at some of the builds from Japan, and I liked some of the stuff from some of the decks, but a lot of the stuff I didn't really like. They ran the Ice Elemental God, Mulan Glacier, I think the name is, and just it's too situational for me because I don't have a lot of grade manipulation with this deck. And like once I dump, generally that's it until either I get the salvage or the avarice. So it's not really a lot of recycling going on in my build. There are cards that help you control the grave, but I feel like I would have to change up the deck too much just to accommodate that one card. So this is the build. I got 3 Dragoons. This is the searcher of the deck, and if he's on the field, then level 3 and lower sea serpents can attack direct. This one, he destroys set cards when he sent to grave for a water monster's effect, and if he inflicts battle damage, I can special a level 4 or lower sea serpent except himself from the deck. This one, when he's sent to grave for a water monster's effect, I can destroy a face-up card in my opponent's field, and he also lets me double summon. This guy, he lets me discard 2 other waters to special summon from my hand, and that's a trigger effect, so Thunder King Ryo won't be able to stop it. And he's good because I can send either one of each of these guys to get rid of a face up and a face down, or 2 of this for 2 face ups, or 2 of this for 2 face downs, or add this guy into the mix and then search out any Atlanteans basically from my deck. And also when he's special summoned by that effect, I can add an Abyss spell or trap from my deck to hand. And this is the only Abyss spell or trap that I run in the deck. It's Abyss Sphere, and it's a continuous, and it lets me special a Mermail. The effects are negated, and I can't play spell cards while it's on the field. And generally what I do is I set it as basically a quote-unquote bluff, and I wait, or I can chain it to when my opponent, tries something. And that's the general play. I flip it over when they're trying to destroy it, special summon Abyssland out, and Abyssland, when it's destroyed, I can special a Mermail except itself from the deck, and I can only use Abyssland's effect once per turn. So it's a plus because they're thinking they're getting rid of something when actually they're giving me field presence by doing it. And also I can tribute a water monster to have him attack twice during that battle phase. And next up I have 3 Abyss Spike. And Abyss Spike, when he's normal or special summon, I can discard a water to add a level 3 or lower water from my deck to hand. Oh, I'm sorry, level 3. So generally what I do is I'll bring him out and either discard one of these 2 and add one of these 2 to hand, and then their effects will go off, or his, and that's another plus that I get off of him. And he's also 1600 attack, so he's decent. Like he's probably the strongest attack point one that I can freely summon besides Dragoons. But Dragoons, generally I want to ditch him so I can add. And the speed and power of the deck is Deep Sea Diva. It brings out almost everything from the deck, and I can either go a level 5, a rank 2, or go bring out this guy, and if I have another diva I can summon again and go into a whole bunch of different things. And then we also, outside of the water aspect of the deck, I also have Gores, since I don't have a lot of cards that I set to the back row too often. Double Max C, because it seems like in America the meta like you have to play Max C. And Valor, Valor's good, but it stops that push for that one turn. If you don't have the answer, then that can still be game. With Max C, you're getting cards. They don't know what you might have teched into your deck, and so they might either stop the push, or they can try and push through the 15 cards you drew off of your Max C. And then I also have Cardi, and this guy, he adds a lot of power, and well, not power. He has a lot of speed to the deck. He was I put him in over Moulin Glacier because, like I said, I don't have much grave control in this build, and the fact that I brought him in just sped it up even more because I don't generally have cards that are dead anymore in hand. And with Cardi, you just put that one card on the field, summon him, and then you draw on 2, and you got 1 card on the field, 6 cards in hand. That's good in almost any situation. And for the spells, I have Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, 2 MSTs, 2 Pot of Duality, Pot of Avarice, and 2 Salvage. The reason I only chose 2 Salvage is because I like having, that +1 from the Salvage, but the 1500 less really limits it down. It's only so many monsters that are lower than 1500 attack in here, and I'd rather have every card playable as much as possible, as opposed to drawing something that I would have to sit and wait and wait and wait. And like I said about the Abyss Sphere, the general play is you activate it in response to your opponent and bring out Abyss Lend, and then double warning. And for the extra deck, it took me longer for the extra deck than it actually did for the main deck, because there's so many options, with the synchro and exceeding going on in here. But here's the finished product of what I decided on. I have Mermail Abyss Gal, and I bring him out by bringing out 2 Megalobyss, and his effect, while he has an exceed material, level 5 and higher, can't attack, and once per turn during either turn, I can detach material and negate the effects of all my opponent's monsters with an attack lower than his. And he's got a whopping 2800 attack, so that will get rid of a lot of monster effects. Then we got Big Eye. You detach a material and target an opponent's monster, take control of it, but Big Eye can't attack that turn. But I just took one of your strongest monsters off of the field, more than likely, and that's a good exchange for me. Then we also got Bahamut Shark, and he's 2 level 4s, and I can detach material from him and special a rank 3 or lower water exceed from the deck, but Bahamut Shark can't attack that turn. And I have 2 water rank 3s in here. Some of my friends were trying to convince me to put Acid Golem in here and creature swap and all this other stuff, and I'm like, it's a good premise, but the fact that I would have to change up the main deck by at least 4 cards just to accommodate 1 monster in the extra deck, once again, it's really not that big of a deal to me to just put him in there for that 1 combo. Then we got My Stroke, Steel Swarm Roach, Leviathan Dragon. And with Leviathan Dragon, since his effect would send a water monster to grave for his effect, it would let you get your Mermail monster's effects. With him, it would send it to the grave, and you get to pop a set card with that while increasing its attack by 500. And for the rest of the exceeds, we have 1 Zenmaines, 1 Gotchi, 1 Daigusto Phoenix, and the other rank 3 water monster that we have is Submersible Carrier Arrow Shark. Generally, you don't have a lot of removed monsters, but you use his effect to get that plus with Marksman. And for the synchros, we have Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, Catastor, and Armreon. And with Deep Sea Diva, if I don't go into Gotchi or Daigusto Phoenix, I'll go into Catastor. Probably the only monster that I might want to try and work in here is Gishil Nodan. It's a level 5 synchro monster. When a water monster goes to grave, he increases up to 3000, I believe. It's just you know, kind of hard to figure out what to take out of the extra, what to put back in. And that's it for the deck profile, guys. Just let me know what you think, any changes I could make, or, you know, suggestions for what I could put in the side deck. Alright guys, YGO out.